Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be planning the week of September 22nd to the 28th in my memory planner, and I'll be using Scribble Co's June 2024 mystery kit. So yeah, it is. This kit was actually meant for the third week of September, but it is now the last week because I messed up. Anyway, moving on. I didn't really have much to do this week. Everything is hodgepodge because I don't remember anything that happened in 6 months ago. I tried my best to remember what I did because there's some days in my planner that I mentioned before I didn't even write anything down. Like what? So this year I'm trying my best to do it at nighttime, or the day after, just so I don't forget anything. Anyway, I guess I'll go into day by day now because for some reason I like to chit chat, especially when I'm not doing like an actual if I'm not talking through the spread while I'm putting down the stickers. So anyway, moving on. On Monday I had another nosebleed. So if you don't remember, Sunday, the night before Sunday, I had a nosebleed, and then in the morning I had another nosebleed. I don't know what triggered it, but yeah. Anyway, moving on, I worked on some work stuff, then packed orders, dropped off packages, or my dad maybe dropped off packages, and then I got my the Coffee Monsters Co. Pre-order from June. Then I worked on page lifters. On Tuesday, I worked on work stuff, had Naya for lunch, and then the last thing I did for the day was watch Dancing with the Stars. So usually the fall time, or before, they would have two seasons, one in the fall, one in the spring, but now they have the tour in the spring, so they don't have a season for the springtime anymore. But what it is, what it is. I actually prefer, I don't know. I kind of liked it when it was two seasons, in like the fiscal year, but yeah, it is what it is. And then moving on to Wednesday, I watched my favorites, High Potential, Brilliant Minds, but Brilliant Minds currently, sorry to spoil it, but it's been a while, but it was pulled during the Olympics, like coverage, and yeah, for some reason, I guess not enough viewership, and I feel like the storyline kind of dipped a little, and I'll be very honest, if I'm not interested in most shows, usually it gets canceled. Um, I just can feel it's not great. It's not a great outcome. So, yeah, it kind of like the first season was great. The second season, nah, not so much. And then I watched Murder in a Small Town. I have no idea if that was renewed, but because it's a Canadian show, I believe it did get renewed, but in America, I'm not sure if they're gonna pick up season 3 as well, so we shall see. Then I worked on work stuff. Usually I mark work stuff in the beginning of the day, but it is what it is. On to Thursday, I only had two things to mark, so I just marked down what I had for lunch and then work stuff. And then Friday, I did an investor transfer. So the system I have for work is very easy to like transfer, if like a percentage or something like that. So I just had to click a button, make sure all the numbers tie out, and blah blah blah. Then my dad dropped off packages for me, and then I had a town hall for work. And then I took 4 hours of either sick time or PTO. Oh my goodness, I honestly don't know or don't remember which one was it. But and I should have mentioned, I forgot if I mentioned it before, but this company does not pay out sick time or PTO time or vacation hours that you accrued, that you earned while working. So yeah, it was very unfortunate, but at this point I don't really care. They can go to hell. I was just so angry at them, but anyway, this is actually flipped around, but it is what it is. Or like Friday, because I had to go get or no, I went to go to the dentist. Oh my goodness, that was like all stuttered together, or mashed together. I needed to go to the dentist, and because for some reason when I went to the dentist, I believe end of August, I had there was some issue that my regular dentist, um, or I should call him my primary dentist. He noticed something was wrong with my tooth, and he, it was kind of apparently the year before, 2024 X-ray showed that this issue was also already there, but obviously it didn't really cause me any pain. I didn't feel anything. There was no pain in my tooth. I didn't feel anything. So, but when he took the X-ray, he's like, "Whoa, it is very obviously something's wrong was happening." But yeah, it was. I believe it's called um. Oh my goodness, root resorption. It's not absorption, but it's resorption. So it's like I don't know, something was happening within the tooth, but I don't know what happened to it. I do remember that I did drop my phone on like that side of my mouth, so I don't know if that was the cause of it, but it's been a while. But I thought it was just a regular pain, but yeah. Anyway, I had to get a root canal, or I needed to get a root canal. So that day I had to get a MRI scan of my jaw. So that was a lot of money. It was quite unfortunate, but it is what it is. I think I paid overall $600 just to fix this tooth. Yeah, it was like why, out of all the times, because I could maybe because I had what do you call it? I had Medicaid before starting this job, so I had no idea if that would have been covered by Medicaid. But yeah, I had to pay out of pocket for this, or like my insurance covered most of it, but I had to pay majority. Or I don't know how much was it out of pocket, but or that they covered, if I should say that. So yeah. Anyway, after I realized I had to get a root canal, I pretty much was like, okay, scheduled it for the following week because I was like, because busy time is starts after each quarter, so 9:30 was one of its quarter end, so I had to pretty much. There was no time that I could take off after that. I mean, I could, but it is what it is. So anyway, then I had Pizza Hut for like snack, I guess, because it was a personal pie. It was $6, and I was like, and then I was looking at Pizza Hut now, and there's a $9.99 like a large pie, and I was like, what the heck? I paid $6 for a little teeny 6-inch pie. Anyway, moving on to Saturday, I went to. Oh, I only also had. Oh my goodness, I had also 3 things to mark. So I just used fancy labels, because that is like the perfect size. I marked down that I had an eye doctor appointment. It was so bright after the eye doctor appointment, especially if you get your eyes dilated. It's brutal. Then I got a package from Bath and Body Works, and then I took a nap because my eyes needed some rest. And then on to Sunday, I printed and got stickers, packed orders, worked. My goodness, walked 2.25 miles with my dad and maybe my dog. Don't remember. Then I worked a little bit because since I took off Friday, I had some things to finish up that I wanted to do. So I just worked, and then I watched The Wrong Terrace, and that was my week in full. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.